everybody. I am coming to you just to show you this album that I am working on. I found this, sorry, it's a Graphics 45 album, and I found it just like this at a thrift store. But it was incomplete. It had some of the Graphics 45 remnant papers with it. And since it is a love one, it says I love you, I thought it would be great to work on it for a Valentine's Day project because I want to take what is already here but make it my own. Kind of change things around, maybe add stuff. And that's what this video is focusing on, is me just taking what's already here and adding to it and playing with it. And I might do this in more than one video just because I know it's going to be a lot of content to share just for one video. So if you stick around, you will see what I will do to switch up this little album. So I've already worked on these 2 pages. I took this card and I altered it, and you will see that in the video. I just added some hearts. I added some stenciling with some distress oxide, and I added a little water. That's why this looks a little bit warped, so I'm probably going to have to go ahead and flatten that with a book or something. But and then I did the same with this one. I added some oxide and a little water, things like this that are coming up. I've been just going ahead and gluing them down as I see them. So we'll glue that down right now, because I don't know how old this album is, but you know, when I saw it in the thrift store, I thought I want to salvage that album. It's cute. So that's what I'm doing. I'm salvaging someone else's album that they started. And I thought I can always put things, memorabilia for me and my husband in this down the road. This will be a personal journal just for me, and I will use it for our memorabilia, our memories. And I went ahead and put some oxide on this, and I'm going to need to glue this a little bit. So the good thing about this album is you can take the pages completely out, and then you can work on them that way. And I'm just going to go ahead and add some glue to this right here. Glue that, make this nice and secure. I think whoever made this album or started this album, they used double-sided tape to put all this down. And after a while, the double-sided tape loses its stickiness and will come up. That's why I'm using art glitter glue. Sorry, wants to just close on me. That's why I'm using art glitter glue to re-glue it down, because art glitter glue is more permanent, I believe, than double-sided tape. Double-sided tape is really good for making things that are not permanent, that you don't expect them to be permanent, like cards that gift cards and cards that you send to people, whatnot. They're not expected to be quite so permanent as a journal. So anyways, I'm going to be re-gluing parts of this journal as well. So did that. And this one, I added my little flowers. I designed these flowers on my Cricut machine and cut them out. So that's where those flowers came from. And then I added some distress oxide. Like I said, you'll see this in the video as well. And then on this side, I added this picture here and some more distress oxide. And I believe these were meant to put pictures on, so I might add my own pictures of me and my husband later on down the road, and on these as well. Looks like whoever was doing this album was making it into an album that you could put little pictures in throughout it. So those are the 2 pages that I've already worked on, and I'll show you some pages that I have not worked on yet. Now that's the difference. Like, I made them look more grungy, more vintage, I guess. And the pages that have not been worked on are very new looking. But they're cute. I mean, whoever did this had already done quite a bit of work in gluing. So I will be working on this page today and this page and maybe one more if we have time. So anyways, I hope you guys stick around and enjoy this tutorial. I will be speeding up what I do just to make this video not quite so long, but I'm thankful that you are here. If you are new to my channel, my name is Sherry. This is the Junk Journal Haven, and it is by Glitz Glamour Glam, which is my Etsy shop. I just decided to use that name because it coincides with my Etsy shop. And on my Etsy shop, if you ever want to go visit it, I have a link down below. I have digitals that are for sale there. I am putting up journals randomly when I can that I will be selling, and some ephemera, and we'll see how much I put up and how much I don't. Because I do work another job, so I'm not a full-time crafter. I'm a part-time crafter, but I craft when I'm able. So anyways, welcome to my channel, and I hope you stick around. I was going to ask you guys to please do me a favor, and if you are seeing this video today, please just comment down below, I'm here, or something, so that I know that you visited my channel, because I seem to be having a problem with my views being updated. They seem to not be updating, and I do want to see that they are matching the people that are actually on my channel visiting. So if you're able, can you please just comment below, just say hi, I'm here, something, so that I know that you are here. And I'll have to get a hold of YouTube and figure out what's going on with my views. But in the meantime, I would really appreciate it if you could just comment down below so I know that you're here. Anyways, let's get into this tutorial. Or actually, it's just, I would say, more of a craft along. Hello, so here is the pages before I actually did anything to them. I'm going to start with this journaling card. This is Graphics 45 kit that whoever made this album with is what they made it with, I believe. But I did check, and it is available online at the Graphics 45 site if you guys want to go check that out. You can always get a kit for yourself if you would like to. It looks like they are about $50. I am not sponsoring them in any way. I'm just giving you the information that I have learned for my own crafting needs. So I am using Distress Ink Rusty Hinge, and I'm just going around the edges of this card. And I really like the way the Rusty Hinge looks with the pinks, the whites, and the creams in this card. So that's why I chose Rusty Hinge. I just thought it would go well with it, and it does. It just blends really well. And I'm also just lightly going over the back of that card, just so that it doesn't look so stark white, and on the front as well. Then I picked out these 2 little hearts to go ahead and add to the front. I thought they matched really well and would look cute on this card as a little addition. They are not from the Graphics 45 kit. They're from my personal stash that I already had. And these hearts I used a die that I got, I believe, on Amazon. They were heart dies. They basically had many sizes with scalloped edges, and I just ordered those off of Amazon. And I cut out a whole bunch of hearts. I actually cut them out last year and just left them in my stash for when I needed them, and these just happened to really go well with this card, so I was thankful for that. Now I'm going to work on the page. First, I am using my glue, my art glitter glue, to adhere the things that are coming up. And as I said earlier, whoever made this album, it looks like they used double-sided tape to adhere everything onto this album. I am going through and just using my art glitter glue to re-adhere them down. Double-sided tape, I believe, does well for like cards, not gift cards, but greeting cards. I guess you could use it for a gift card too, if you're making like a gift card cover. Things that you don't expect them to last a long time, but things that you want to have last for a very long time, I would just suggest that you use a more permanent type of adhesive if you can, if you're able. But if you're not able, use what you got. And you could always go later on, like I'm doing, and add something to adhere it down again. I just wanted to encourage you guys to go ahead and use what you have at home. Maybe you have an album already at home that you've been working on, but you've put it away and haven't taken it out for a long time. You could get that out and start working on it, or maybe you found a cute album at a thrift store or a garage sale or something like that, and now is your chance to go get that out and start just crafting along with me and making it your own, adding your own touch to it so that you will have an album for yourself later, or a journal album. This is going to be more of a journal, I think. Well, I think it's going to be both. It's going to be an album because I think I'm going to add some pictures of me and my husband, maybe some wedding pictures or pictures of us when we have gone out traveling together, different things like that in the future. So it'll be a fun album to have, and then go ahead and also journal, where we went, when it was, different things like that. My memory is so bad that I need to journal these things so that I remember. Anyways, so I just added some distress ink and oxide to the fronts and backs, and now I'm getting some stencils out. These are Tim Holtz stencils to just add some more interest to this page. I chose 2 of the stencils that I have to work with at this time, as you will see in a moment. And I believe that was Worn Lipstick Oxide, Distress Oxide. I started with one of the little tools to try to do that with, but then the brush works a little better to get into those smaller spaces, I think. And this brush, that blending brush that I got, I believe it's actually considered to be some kind of makeup brush. I don't know for what kind of makeup, but I use it for my crafting needs, and it works really well. The bristles are very soft, and I got them on Amazon as well. I get a lot of my stuff on Amazon. I'm not gonna lie, but they were fairly cheap on Amazon, so I wouldn't go out and spend a bunch of money on the expensive ones because these have worked really well and they were very inexpensive. So just go to Amazon and Google art brushes or I'm not sure what I Googled. If I find a link, I'll link it below. But I really like the way they work with the stencils. So I added that worn lipstick on both sides, and I used this 2 different stencils, one for each side, to add different patterns. Now I'm going to add some to this journaling card. Turn some music back on as well. Background music. Anyways, I'm just trying to bring out that rose a little bit better and make it look more pink. And then I'm adding some of that worn lipstick on the edge just to blend everything together, like to kind of coordinate it better. Now I'm adding a little bit of sprays of water to activate that ink a little bit. These are water-based inks for those of you who do not know. I don't want to assume that everybody knows everything because I didn't when I first started. I didn't know anything. So anyways, the Distress oxides and inks are water-based, so you can activate them by spraying them with water. And just add a little more interest. You don't have to do this part, but I just thought it might look good. And I'm setting that aside to dry. Now I'm going to work on this page. It's like a vellum page. And again, I'm going to start by adhering everything down with my glue. And I'm adding these little flowers. I made these flowers on my Cricut. I designed them myself and just cut them out with my Cricut machine. So I had them in my stash already. And I'm just inking up the edges with some of that rusty hinge before adhering them down to my page. I think they add a really cute little touch there. Just gluing that down a little bit better. Now I am adding some of that rusty hinge to the entire page just to give it more of a vintage aged type look to it. And I believe art glitter glue dries clear. I've never seen a glob of glue, that's not clear. So I'm not worried about it showing on the other side because it will dry clear. That little piece of book page that I'm using to catch the ink is actually a pocket that I need to sew around that I have not done yet. But I don't mind getting the Distress ink on it because I'm probably going to add a lot of splashes and different things on it later on. So it will just add more color to it. So I'm just using it for a guide and letting it catch the ink that is on the edges as I craft. Now I am trying to find something to add in the middle there where those flowers are showing through. Mainly because they're just so white and I don't really want them showing so much. If I would have inked that side so that it wasn't so white, then it wouldn't have bothered me as much, I guess. But I decided I needed to put something there. And I'm just looking how these hearts will look, and I ended up not putting hearts there because I didn't really think they matched very well with the colors that were going on that page. So I decided against those hearts, and I decided to look through my graphic 45 remnants that I had to choose from. And I ended up picking this picture to add there. Just inking up the edges, give it that finished look. I believe I used the worn lipstick and the rusty hinge. And I think that looks really cute. I like the way that it turned out. Just showing you how the card turned out. And at the end of this video, I will go ahead and give you guys more of a close-up, slow motion look at all of this, so you guys can see what it looks like. Now this is the other page that I showed you earlier that I said I would work on today. And I'm just going to mainly add some Distress Oxide and ink to this page. I don't think I do a whole lot to it because it already had quite a bit going on, but I wanted to just grunge it up a little bit with some oxide, so that's what I am getting ready to do. Just picking out a stencil that I want to use. Again, I put that tool down and grab one of my brushes. I think out of habit I always pick up the other tool, but the brushes are much better with the stencils. At least I think they are. I just realized I forgot to speed this part up. So you guys get the slow motion version of this one. It's not that long though because I'm not really doing a whole lot to this page. It's really not slow motion either. It's just real time. Now I'm just going to edge all of it with Rusty Hinge again. And I will probably use the Rusty Hinge throughout the journal just to give it a good flow throughout the journal so it all kind of flows together and matches somewhat. Cohesiveness. Give it some cohesiveness. I can't believe that Valentine's Day is right around the corner, really. It seems like Christmas just barely ended. And now we are going into Valentine's Day and then St. Patrick's Day and Easter. It's like I feel like everything is just, the time is just going by so quick. Does anyone else feel that way? Like time is just speeding by lately? There's a lot of stuff happening this year. My sister's going to have a baby, and I think that is so cool. It will be her first baby, my youngest sister. So I'm excited about that. And then my nephew, one of my nephews, is getting married this year. So those two things are good things to look forward to for this year. And who knows what else. I hope this year brings lots of happiness to a lot of people. We've had, I'm sure, like everybody's had their share of stress the last couple years. And it would just be nice to get a little break from that and have a good year. Can I get an amen? No. Anyways, I just think we all deserve a little break from the stress. So I am voting for a good year. Rooting for a good year. Well, I will begin to say goodbye. And thank you all for coming and watching this tutorial, or this craft along. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and so that you will get updates on my videos, and push the like button. That just helps my channel get out there to more people, and I am forever grateful for that. And I hope to see you guys back next week when I post again. I try to post at least once a week on this channel. If I am sick or out of town, something like that, then I will not post weekly. I mean, I may end up going a little longer without putting a post up, but don't forget I'm here because I am trying my best to post at least once a week. I do have a job that I do twice a week, 12-hour days, so I have to work around that as well. But I am so thankful for everyone that comes and visits here, and thankful for all my subscribers. I hope you guys all have a wonderful Valentine's Day when it comes. I hope this tutorial inspired you to pull out some unfinished project and put in some work so that you can make it something you want to keep working on. Maybe for Valentine's Day. That would be great. Or just a daily journal, album, whatever. I am going to do, just a reminder, a little slow motion up close view of these pages as soon as this part ends. So don't forget to stay and watch that part if you'd like to see the final results of these pages up close. I'm having glue problems. Although I love art glitter glue, it gets clogged a lot. All right, I'm just going to glue this heart down and I will say goodbye. Thank you for showing up, and I will see you next week. Okay, so here is the close-up of these pages so you can see them better. This is the first page. And the back page of this one. And we take this journaling part out so you can see that. Oh, you can see that better now too. It looks kind of pretty. Then you can see the edging that I did. Those hearts that were added. And the back side of this journaling card. You can kind of see where the drops of water were. And that. And then there's this one. So you can kind of see the rusty hinge on there. Those flowers that I added. And if you turn it over, again, the rusty hinge that's on it, that was added in that picture. Not a lot was done to it, but I think it added to it. It was done to it. And last but not least, this one, we added the heart. Trying to get this to focus. Okay, we added that heart and some stenciling around the edges and added the rusty hinge on the edge just to give it a more cohesive look. And then we added some rusty hinge and some stenciling to the edges of this. And a little stenciling there. And that's how that turned out. So thank you again for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this craft along, and I will see you next week. Bye.